Could you imagine if I was an old man?
Imagine. Welcome to Awesome Announcements. I'm Miss Gianna.
And I'm Mr. Matt.
And for our first announcement, we are currently collecting offering for our Project with Hope mission.
Yes!
Our offering will be helping buy lunches for kids in families who can't afford it alone. And just $3 provides a lunch for a child. If you brought offering with you, you can go ahead and hand that into your leader right now.
Announcement number 2. Christmas Fest is coming up in just 4 weeks. Miss Gianna and I would love to see you there. And did you guys know that your family can go online and buy your tickets right now? This way, you get into Christmas Fest faster. And you don't need to have to worry about us running out of gingerbread houses when you come. You can tell your family to check it out on our website today.
And announcement number 3. Don't forget to keep working on your challenge cards this month because finished challenge cards go into the pizza draw.
And the October pizza draw is today. Woo! I'm so excited. Ready? To the hats.
Woo! Okay, guys, this month we had challenge cards come back from 3 campuses. So congratulations to Bears Paw, Bridgeland, and Central.
Yes! Woo!
And if you guys didn't remember to finish your challenge card this month, that's okay.
That's okay.
There's always another month that you can try doing it.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Matt, would you like to draw for Bears Paw campus?
I sure would. Ready? And drum roll.
Ariana and Nathan!
Congratulations!
All right, I'm going to draw for Bridgeland. I like this one. It's kind of sticky, though. Emily!
Congratulations!
All right, and Mr. Matt, would you like to draw for Central?
Here we go.
My drum roll's not very good, but that's okay.
Oh, wait, it's so sticky!
Don't rip it.
David! Congratulations!
Congrats, guys. Our Children's Ministries team is going to be in contact with you really soon to arrange to come drop off pizza dinner for your family.
Friends, this is so easy. Something you can do with your family every single week. So if you don't have a challenge card, go ask your leader for one because they'll give you one and you'll be entered in for our pizza draw next month. Thanks so much for joining us for our awesome announcements. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Tanya. Welcome.
And my name is Miss Milana, and we're so glad you've joined us today.
I'm so excited because today's adventure means that we're heading back to Babylon.
I'm so excited. See, we're talking about Babylon, so check this out. I brought my bubble machine so that we can really turn the bubbles on. I love bubbles.
So as much as your bubbles are so cool, it's not Bubble-on, it's Babylon.
Like
Sorry.
babble? Like a babbling brook.
Yes, but there are no brooks, no water, no bubbles.
Oh, really?
Babylon is a place. It attacked Judah and took some people as their prisoners. Daniel and his friends were some of those taken captive.
Huh. Oh, Daniel. I remember him. He's the guy that got thrown into the lion's den.
That's right, but this story happens before the whole deal with the lions.
Okay.
Daniel and his friends were serving the king, and God had given Daniel a special gift to be able to interpret dreams and visions. King Nebuchadnezzar really liked Daniel, but King Nebuchadnezzar died, and so now his son is on the throne.
Well, what's this king's name? Does he have a funny one like his dad?
Yes, his name is King Belshazzar. And let me tell you, today's story is unlike anything else. Let's go check it out.
Okay. Belshazzar.
Many years passed, and Daniel, now an older man, was still in service to the kingdom of Babylon, when a new king, Belshazzar, came into power. King Belshazzar decided to host a great banquet for thousands of his leaders. During the feast, King Belshazzar had his servants bring out the gold and silver goblets that his father, King Nebuchadnezzar, had taken from the temple in Jerusalem. As the king and his nobles drank from these sacred goblets, they praised false gods. Suddenly, a human hand appeared, and one finger began to write on the wall right in front of everyone at the feast. As King Belshazzar watched, he began to shake in fear. The king called for his wise men and said, "Whoever reads this writing and tells me what it means, I will give them riches and power." But the wise men could not read the writing or tell the king what it meant. This made the king even more terrified. Hearing the commotion, the queen came into the banquet hall and said, "Don't be alarmed. There is a man who can help you. He was trusted by King Nebuchadnezzar because of his great insight and wisdom. So much so that Nebuchadnezzar put him in charge of all of Babylon's wise men. His name is Daniel, and if you bring him here, he will be able to tell you what this writing means." When Daniel appeared before King Belshazzar, the king told him, "None of my wise men can read the writing on the wall and tell me what it means. But if you can, I will give you riches and honor beyond your wildest dreams." Daniel answered the king, "You can keep your gifts and give them to someone else, but I will still read the writing for you and tell you what it means." Daniel told King Belshazzar, "God gave your predecessor, King Nebuchadnezzar, absolute power, glory, and splendor. Because of this, all the nations of the earth feared him. He did as he pleased to help or hurt anyone he chose. But Nebuchadnezzar became proud and arrogant, so God stripped him of his throne and his power. Only after this did King Nebuchadnezzar acknowledge that God alone is king over all the earth. But you, King Belshazzar," Daniel continued, "have not humbled yourself, even though you knew all of this. Instead, you have become proud and honored yourself above God. When you brought out the goblets from God's temple, you drank from them and praised false gods who cannot see or hear or understand. In all of this, you did not honor God or his hand in your life. Because of this, God sent the hand and wrote the inscription." "My king," Daniel said, "this the inscription says, Mene, Mene, Tekel, Parsin. Mene means numbered. God has numbered your days and brought them to an end. Tekel means weighed. You have been weighed on the scales, and you have been found wanting. Parsin means divided. Your kingdom is divided and will be given to the Medes and Persians." Just as the king had promised, Daniel was dressed in wealth. That very night, King Belshazzar was killed, and his kingdom was given over to another ruler.
Whoa, wait a second. A human hand just appeared and wrote on the wall. Are we not concerned about that?
I know, it's a little bit strange, but God really wanted to get King Belshazzar's attention. The king had done something terrible. He was using the goblets that had been made to worship God to worship pretend gods instead. Can you believe it? God had every right to be angry.
Yeah, and God made it possible for King Belshazzar to understand what God was saying through Daniel.
That's right. God wanted to make it very clear. He used Daniel to interpret the writing.
Just think, all those people were sitting around worshiping a God who was only pretend. The fake God had exactly zero power. And then the one true God shows up and just shows how powerful he is. He did something no one else could do by writing on the wall with just a hand. Nobody.
Yeah, it reminds me of our memory verse. How about we all stand up and say it together? You are the God who does miracles. You show your power among the nations. Psalm 77:14. Oh, I like how God showed his power in this story. Let's say it again.
Okay, let's do it together.
Okay.
You are the God who does miracles. You show your power among the nations. Psalm 77:14. Good job. You can all sit down. You know, God is in charge of everything, which means he's the only one worthy of worship. But just because he's so big and powerful doesn't mean he wants us to be left confused. He wants to help us understand what he's saying to us. And that's why he gave us his word, the Bible. And it's why we can talk to him through prayer.
Yes, God communicates to us in all sorts of ways. If we don't understand something like what God is saying through his word, he gives us wise people in our lives who can explain it to us.
Yeah, like the grown-ups who bring us to church,
And our leaders at church,
or our parents or grandparents.
and aunts and uncles and pastors.
God really wants to help us understand.
And that's what our bottom line is that we're talking about. When I don't understand, God makes things possible. Let's say it together.
Okay.
I'll say the first part and you shout out the last part.
Okay.
When I don't understand,
God makes things possible. I've had so much fun learning how amazing and powerful God is. See you next time, friends.
bye.
Can you feel it in your heart, deep down in your soul? Let the love of God move you, change you. Raise your eyes and see the one who gave us all so much. Forever God, forever love. Praise the living God. He is here and he is real. Worship him together. Worship him forever. Look at what he's done. He gave it all for us.